I have the pleasure to present to this great audience young John Lewis, National Chairman, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Brother John Lewis.
We march today for jobs and freedom, but we have nothing to be proud of. But hundreds and thousands of our brothers are not here, but they're receiving starvation wages or no wages at all. While we stand here, there are sharecroppers in the Delta of Mississippi who are out in the field working for less than $3 a day, 12 hours a day. While we stand here, there are students in jail on trump-up charges. Our brother James Farmer, along with many others, is also in jail. We come here today with a great sense of misgiving. It is true that we support the administration's civil rights bill. We support it with great reservation, however. Unless Title III is put in this bill, there's nothing to protect the young children and old women who must face police dogs and fire hoses in the South while they engage in peaceful demonstration. In its present form, this bill will not protect the citizen of Danville, Virginia, who must live in constant fear of a police state. It will not protect the hundreds and thousands of people who have been arrested upon Trump charges. What about the 3 young men, Snickfield Secretary in Americus, Georgia, who faced the death penalty for engaging in peaceful protest?
The son of sharecroppers in Troy, Alabama, John Lewis grew up surrounded by the racism and discrimination of the segregated South. As a young boy, the words of Dr. King and actions of Rosa Parks inspired him to devote his life to fighting racial injustice. And it's a life he risked time and time again. Arrested over 40 times, he endured severe beatings from angry mobs and police, while standing alongside Dr. King on the front lines of the events that defined the civil rights era. He was a keynote speaker at the 1963 March on Washington, where Dr. King first told the world he had a dream. And he helped spearhead one of the seminal events that led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, that would become known as Bloody Sunday. Since King's assassination in 1968, John Lewis took his activism into politics, and after 3 decades in Congress, he's never stopped fighting to make the dream of equality a reality.
The scars and stains of racism still remain deeply embedded in American society. Whether it is stop and frisk in New York or injustice in the Trayvon Martin case in Florida. The mass incarceration of millions of American immigrants hiding in fear in the shadow of our society, unemployment, homelessness, poverty, hunger, or the renewed struggle for voting rights. So I said to each one of us today, we must never ever give up. We must never ever give in. We must keep the faith and keep our eyes on the prize.